So hello everyone and welcome back to some more of the Disco Elysium. And as it's been a little while, let me check exactly what we wanted to do other than I do know that we wanted to be talking to all of these guys in here about the possible, well, trucks being smuggled through this area. That is something that I do think we would like to try to do. No level ups at the moment available, sad but true. Skill points 25 out of 100. These are at least getting long. Wasteland of Reality is actually really close to coming up. Well, 1 hour 27 still, so in that sense I guess it's not that close. Basically it's the same time as Chamai's Woo at the end of the day. But yeah. Then there's so many things I would want to level up, but so few points. Alright, so Monday. Of course, I still need to be paint this, but that is something we can do. There's a lot of things that we have done at the very least, so hey, that's something. Oh yeah, we did these today, and then on Monday we did all of these tasks, which is quite a lot of things, to be honest. Getting the body down and still able to reach the victim's body, and that's a lot of stuff that we did manage to do. In here anyways, I should be looking sometimes into these too, like what we could try to go and try again if we want. So we could try the encyclopedia check on the horseback monument again. I guess we could as well try it when we are rather close by, even if our encyclopedia kinda sucks. And then punch clock payphone challenging. I don't recall actually where this was. Was it the one all the way in that one room that I thought that we probably couldn't go anymore? Not certain. Maybe we can try to see if we can get there. But then a lot of black checks that we at the moment couldn't be trying anyways. Although, also a lot of these things, I guess we could try our mirror thing again. But all of these are pretty much challenging stuff that we hardly could hope to do. Backyard wall. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. But it is cool that they are all visible there, because it's difficult to otherwise try to remember all of those things. But yeah, we have a lot of tasks. Visit apartment 28. Yep. After 21:00. But that was supposed to be tomorrow, right? Not tonight, so not really useful for tonight. I guess I may check quickly there today too, or tonight, but not sure. Okay. Go read up on cockatoos in the bookstore. I tried to find that sort of a book, but I didn't manage to. Maybe I can ask from the store owner if there's a book on cockatoos. But then the husband finding... Yeah, interrogate the drivers about the smuggling. Someone's using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients of drugs into Revanchol. Joyce said there are 3 drivers at the intersection. Talk to them, one of them must know something about the truck trade. Yeah, not sure if that's really this person, but I remember we liked this guy first time when we talked to him. He was humming some music and all that. So he was cool.
Stuck in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
I don't know if this is a nice way to say stuff, but what are you hauling anyway? Let's just see if there's anything else that I could try to be asking here a little bit differently. High-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that. Yeah, but no. Okay, and what were you actually hauling? Yeah, found cargo. Yeah. But I did ask all of those things back in the day, so do you know anything about trucks? Oh man, me and narcotics go way back. He folds his hands behind his head and leans back. I had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know? But he pauses, letting the memory dissipate. Those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man? Just be straight with him. Yeah, that I was planning to be straight with him for a certainty, because I have no reason not... Because I kind of trust this guy. He was the one who was indeed joking about having... carrying those illegal things. Let me be straight with you. I'm trying to figure out who's smuggling trucks out of Terminal B. The lieutenant steps in. We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it onto a lorry and drive it to Jamrock. Oh, me, man, no way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jump's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed towards a conflagration. Who do you think could be conducting the truck trade then? Oh, look, man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revan Shaw. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions. Oh. Challenging success. It's not a lie, it's something else. Impossible to say what at this point, but there is something in him. Some trepidation. Trepidation, like... That's definitely a word you don't hear too often. I'm like thinking, how was the meaning exactly? I wish that I remembered 100% what it meant. I've definitely heard it before, but... Wish that I knew. Would you care to spare some change for a working stiff? Huh? Sudden financial to snap him out of his days. Oh no, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work. They who? Our bosses, man. I don't know who these bosses think they are, but that sounds like a good arrangement for them. Yeah, it sure ain't good for me or you. I spare a coin or two for a city cop down on his luck if I had, say, 4 myself. I even give you half of the coins. Wow, that's a lot of coins. I wonder how we could maybe try to get some more info out of you, because there was some, it's not a lie. Of course, I don't think this guy is the one that is hauling the trucks, but I do think he knows something. Or there's some reason that he doesn't specifically wish to know. Well, all for now, bye. Let's try to see if we can figure some better person to ask questions from. Oh yeah, and there's this horse statue too, so I can check that at the same time. Because why not? It's a new day. Maybe we can remember something. So, heard? Create a story from Renee. Yeah, we've heard a story. And reality lockdown cotton. Now 58% chance. Let's do this. And we again suck. Fine, I guess I should really use one of these morale medicines, because apparently we're really getting our morale down. The more you ask yourself, the less you know. One thing is for certain though, your brain damage. It's serious and permanent. From all that thinking. Thinking too much is bad for you, man. Very bad for you. You were probably the lady I was supposed to ask from for the other guy's job, as in... Let's check. What was the exact quest? Wish we could find a way into there, that's for sure. Wish, yeah, Chimney find a way in. Talk to Titus and establish authority in the hardest boy's eyes. Well, easier said than done. Yeah, this is this. Everett asks you to open the basement door behind the greenhouse in the backyard to intimidate the occupant. Do what you have to do. Everett has promised to give you info on the case in return. But there was someone that I was supposed to talk first before doing that. Not certain. Oh well. Gotta figure out how to do all of these things at some point. Hello, you pale driver. Alright, you are also a driver. The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hands. In the background, the radio plays. Snap your fingers in front of her face.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Snap your finger twice.
Where am I? Who are you?
Like a magician recalling a subject from hypnosis, You've jolted her back to reality. The smile on her face has disappeared, replaced by the very aspect of a cornered beast. Are you alright, ma'am? You were out.
Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in the traffic jam. In the 50s.
She adds with contempt and had sighted as well. When else would you be then?
Back in Mefke, during the time of the revolution, the sidewalks and coffees are filled with young people. I was on my way to see a new Boydero picture starring Gabriel Buenguerro.
The smile returns to her face, talking about the past.
Until you come along, that is.
The look she gives you is accusatory. I'm sorry, but we gotta ask some questions, right? So I take it you were in Mesk when you were young.
Someone was.
She notes as though her meaning were perfectly clear. Well, I'm not certain about that, but at least Gabriel Buenguero was. Who is he?
This is Gabriela Buenguerro.
She shows you the photograph in the lavish amber frame. Take a look. A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat. His hair is dark as an oil slick, and his is jaw the most perfectly chiseled thing you've ever seen. This man's got a hold over her. Even 50 years later, you can feel it.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of the cinema whenever he came on the screen, and schoolboys used to memorize all his lines.
She leans back, savoring the world she's conjured up. Someone, are these not your memories?
They are someone's memories, boy. What difference does it make if it's me or not?
Well, it's weird to have someone else's memories, but sure, she gets gruff suddenly.
They are beautiful. That is all that matters, beautiful and true. And they will win. They are coming for this, you know. All of this.
She looks around. Alright, I don't quite understand you. She seems to derive some bitter pleasure from this strange thought, as if the past will one day wipe the present away, like a tidal wave approaching. Well, I am very sorry to interrupt your dreaming, ma'am.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, low man. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. The posters were 20 meters tall. Everything was golden.
Are you in trucks? On trucks? So that you can actually feel like you were there and not actually just dreaming? But you were still kind of dreaming, you know. Her eyes narrow and she appears to take your measure.
While you people were tearing each other apart over your petty little revolution. In Mefke, it was a golden age.
I wasn't doing anything of the sort, I'm pretty sure, but alright. Right, I would have some other questions for you. Police questions, you know.
Why not, Herife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this hellhole.
She settles back against the railing of her motor lorry. Behind her, mountains of memorabilia, photos and knickknacks line the dashboard. I still don't really understand this whole Boyadiero Gabriel Buenguero thing. Of course not. To truly understand the Boyadiero, you need to listen to On the Western Plain. Okay, what's that? It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls in love with a Italian Boyadiero. He promises to marry her as soon as he returns from the Western Plain. I'm guessing that doesn't happen? Of course not. The Boyadiero returns from the Western Plain a changed man. On one night, as he and his beloved are out walking along the river Margaret, she pleads with him to give up his riding and settle down. I think I see where this is going. So the Boyadiero strangles his beloved and throws her body into Margaret. Then he rides off because the Western Plain is calling to him. How nice. What a lovely song. A beautiful song, yeah, totally. Really beautiful song. Well, I guess there's beauty in some aspects, but on the other hand, just, like, could have just like left without the murder? Mayhaps that would have been an option. If the place called you, it's not like the woman pleading you to stay would make you stay. If it's calling you, you go, alright? You don't need the murder to do that. But maybe it's about... Also, there was bad stuff happening there, so he became indeed a changed man, and murder was more easy to do. I don't know. Anyways. Not solemnly. A beautiful song. Absolutely beautiful. The most beautiful. A true boydier needs a full horizon to himself. He can't be tied down by man or woman. His beloved was shellfish. She didn't know what it meant to love a boydiero. Alright, I can get ya. But it's not like he would have needed to be tied down by this woman. He could have still just left. It would have been totally an option. 100%, but whatever. What if the truly love of Baudier is to float lifeless downstream? Oh, that's a real question. That's a real question right there. Maybe this is the only way she could truly love a Podiero, drifting downstream dead. Yes. So, before I came, you seemed away. She is just a distracted old woman. We should maybe let her go back to her things. So he doesn't think she's the smuggler? Question mark. Yeah, but maybe she knows something that you don't guess. You hear that, little man? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me. Well, should you be driving a lorry if you get like that? Oh, don't worry about me. I'm one of the best communiers around. I drive routes no one else will. What routes then? Holomanosoland, Urshaniasemlai, the Western Plains. She nods and closes her eyes again, letting her mind submerge to the Western Plains. A terrible cold comes over her, rattling her teeth as she stares inwards. Intriguing. The Transcatla Magistral. Ooh, 41A. As the Strados to Mirador, all the good ones, the deep trenches, where the bluebirds fly. She opens her eyes again and shudders. Yeah, I'm something of an expert in blacking out. You should take better care of yourself. She looks you over and scoffs. You're right, lawman. I'm the one who should take my health more seriously. Thank you for looking out for me. A correct appraisal. You're quite shabby. Indeed. Is that all you woke me up for to say? What are you hauling? Diamonds. Diamonds, really? Of course not, she said, grinning. But wouldn't it be marvelous if I was? Okay, but what are you really hauling? She shrugs. Whatever stupid things they put in my lorry, I imagine. But so, you could be the smuggler, you just wouldn't even realize the fact that you would be the smuggler. It's definitely plausible if you don't even know really what you're hauling. So you don't know what you're hauling in your own lorry. I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago, she smiles a careless smile. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean. She says that as if something narcotic is the real reason. Yeah, well, high off driving the lorry, it makes sense. She talked about the western road like that too. It seems that the traveling is something that just gets her high. Wait, you get high off driving a lorry? Oh, it's so much more than high. Where I go thrive, it's low. I go to the bottom. She closes her eyes in reverie. Yeah, it's definitely some terrible kick in the dark. A sleep kick, perhaps you can find out later. What if the cargo happens to be contraband? Then it's contraband, lawman. What, do you want to take an old woman in? Be my guest, lock me away like bad-hand Hermenegildo. Well, you seem like a woman who knows a thing or two about trucks. What do I need trucks for, lawman? What I see, what I feel, the great adversary. No trucks can compare. The adversary? Yes, there's a protagonista, she gestures to the intersection, and an adversario. I'm on the side of the adversary. There's no coming back from the hall. Those epithets are familiar somehow. The great adversary, the great unrest. Definitely, obviously. I don't like the sound of any of that. Sounds like a horrible truck. The worst one of them all. Totally, it's a truck. Experience. Where could I get my hands on experience like that? If you don't know, she flicks her wrist in a gesture of casual dismissal. I wanted to ask if you'd be interested in smuggling some trucks. Why would I want to do that? For commerce, the lifeblood of the Isolas. Liberation of the spirit and the body. Oh man, what in the name of God are you talking about? Okay, let me put it this another way. Are you smuggling trucks through a Terminal B? Her shoulders bones crack as she strokes. Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. You said earlier you don't know what the cargo you're hauling. Could it be drugs? Just this month I made half a dozen trips from Saramiricia to Grad on the U41A. What do you think they take from Samarissa to Grad, lawman? I don't know, that's why I'm asking you. It's diamonds, lawman, obviously, she grins. But it wasn't. You said already it wasn't supposed to be diamonds. Well, if you had to guess, who do you think is smuggling drugs around here? Easy. It's a skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet. She squints across the square. Also, he's the only one I can see from here. So that's basically the only reason you would be answering him. That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others. Wow. But yeah, I didn't ask you about diamonds, dude. I don't care about those diamonds. Diamonds are good for you, man. You should try them sometimes. Make yourself pretty like Eva de Choras. Well, okay. If you're not involved with the truck trafficking, then why are you still waiting here? Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. I can listen to music or the seagulls. Look at the colossals and the features of this world. It's a good palate cleanser, this jamboree. Or I can just relax and let my mind carry me back where I will. To the Great Plains. I think we're done here, no? He closes his notebook to stress it. Well, thank you for now. Yes, go. Enough jamboree. I need to get back to Mesk. The voice trails off. But, like, she could be smuggling. She doesn't know what she's even carrying, so why couldn't she be smuggling? She could easily be smuggling drugs without her even knowing she's smuggling drugs. Could be also this bastard over there, who we can try to get to his lorry. So it's probably that guy, to be honest. It's most likely this guy.
Looking for something?
You're a Raleigh man, right? What's your stance on drugs? Drugs, they're shit, man. I don't let anything pollute my body. He takes the long track on his cigarette. Well, you are kinda. If you think about cigarettes, it's not like they're exactly healthy, or there's definitely something extra coming into your body. Why not? You know where the shit comes from. Saramirisia, Safre, Lilimara. They take the money from our local junkies here and they use it to outcompete us in the manufacturing sector. They know they can't beat us in the fair fight, so they have to get us to weaken ourselves somehow. It's racial sabotage, racial economic sabotage. Hold on, but they make alcohol as in alcohol in Ilmara too. I was told they do. I don't go for that warrior piss. Proper booze is made in Mundi. Or sometimes I like jam of the Yucca Krat vodka. Goshko ain't worth much, but they do know booze. Listen, I agree. It's our responsibility to keep this poison of the streets off Revenge, alright? He eyes you warily, unsure how to respond. This goes on for about 2 seconds, then... I don't know shit, and if I did, I wouldn't tell ya. He took off his cigarette. Then what are you still hanging around here for? Most of the other communiers have left. What do you think? I can't leave the lorry on car. That stuff's been getting loaded lately. It's those little kids sneaking around at night. If they touch my stuff, the bosses will be on my ass like a cancer. I did see one lorry with the trailer door open on my way here. Do you know what happened? Yeah, I knew that guy. He was an honest driver who loved his country. We were having a good debate about genetics at the Whirling in Racks when some kid boy smashed his lock and took damn near everything. Lost his fucking job overheat. Maybe that's the guy whose muck is the racist muck from that trash. Maybe. At least clothes could be from him. He takes a long suck on his cigarette, appearing to savor the taste. Since he left, I haven't had anyone to talk to. Bad for him, I guess. The man shakes his head, dismayed, furiously pulling on his cigarette. It's a fucking travesty, is what it is. If it's not you, then who's running trucks through Terminal B? Isn't it obvious? Fucking Silen, that beady-eyed South Samaran, he spits on the ground. His little side business is a scam. I wouldn't be surprised if he was peddling trucks as well. Wait, the street vendor's out of here? That guy's a lorry driver? Of course he's a lorry driver, what the... He tell you he's just some simple businessman or some shit. He's selling his employer's stuff up after he broke the seals on his Humanox lorry. His tribe are natural liars, isn't their blood? That's going too far, but it's interesting if that guy is a lorry driver. He nods in a sagely manner, then another puff of the cigarette. He's your man, alright, 100%. I wouldn't be so sure about it, not until we've heard what Silen himself has to say. Of course, guess we need to pay Silen a visit then. I guess so. He grins contented with himself. Not sure if you should be that contented, but... well, I guess it's at least a word of to go and check out that possibility, I'd say. Also, let's just check if you have anything more to
Stuck
add.
in the rain in a traffic jam, man. What's on your mind?
Yeah, I was straight with him already before, so... just wanted to know if there was something else. But alright. We didn't read any emotions from the guy above, the racist. Basically, so... I guess it makes sense that this guy would also have a lorry. There's also stuff here, but what stuff? Hot air rises up from the sewer, sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. So at least a couple of more bottles. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. So you, man. You interest me.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Poor unprivileged grandma. So Silen, what's your stance on trucks? Trucks? For a moment she's unsure how to respond. I don't go in for that, officer. Trucks ruin lives. Unless you are into trucks, of course, in which case trucks are excellent. He kisses his fingers. Tasty, tasty trucks. I'm super into trucks. That's very cool. A lot of the coolest detectives took drugs. Sadly, I don't have any drugs on sale, or in my home, or on my person. He smiles. Well, I actually don't like drugs. That's cool, especially after you already said you're into them. All the coolest detectives in the movies do drugs and are very conflicted about it. Still, no drugs here. He smiles. Well, we're actually looking for a lorry driver who is transporting trucks out of the harbor. He or she is in a traffic jam. It's even cooler. You investigating that and all, but he points to the goods. I'm not a lorry driver. I'm just a street vendor. I don't know anything about that. But you are a lorry man. Another driver has identified you and your lorry. Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda against me because I'm an immigrant who works harder than he does. He's a hater. So you admit you are a lorry driver? Oh, I just said I work harder and he's an asshole. He stops to think. Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too, a little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream. He spreads his arms. So you were embarrassed to tell me? Oh, I just forgot. It's just a small part of my life. It's in the rear view mirror now. I'm climbing out of that hole with ingenuity. Stop squirming. What do you know about the truck operation at the harbor? Nothing. I told you, I'm not the dumb guy. I don't get involved with that crowd. And what crowd is that? Crowd, you know, the truck crowd. He doesn't want to talk about them. He's afraid. Alright. Interesting. Who are you afraid of, Sealing? Look. He looks around and lowers his voice. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please don't get me into this mess. I spent 15 years working my way up. Here we go. Here's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Summoning on it. If you don't want to get into this mess, raise your voice. You have to give us a reason to move on. Okay, let's try to do this. You have to give us a reason to move on. The task updated. Is she okay? He whispers. And the other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her. Sexy said, she's not a lady. Oh, not lady at all? Is the lady driver the old woman back there? Point to the pale driver. Dazed out. Strange. I don't know, maybe. If she is, I haven't gone near her. I don't get involved, I told you. It could be. She was strange. Yet she was very strange, and she already admitted she doesn't know what she's even... At least, what she tells us, she doesn't know what she's driving. So, it could be anything. So, who are those other drivers who talk? All of them. I don't know. I told you all I know. Are we cool now? I really want us to be cool now. Who exactly is talking about this lady driver of yours? The racist? Or the other one with the tattoos? He points north. All of them. Even the ones who've left. I don't hang out with them. I don't remember who has tattoos. Okay, we're cool now. Conclude. Alright, he snaps back to his usual self. Let's go, let's cap this up by a purchase. You can walk away with your funky sunglasses, detective. Both of you, you deserve it. Ratted out the lady driver. Poor unprivileged grandma. Yeah, I definitely bought into that poor unprivileged grandma though. Let's check. Was there any cool sunglasses I could find out in here?
The shine on those sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
Yeah, but I'll try to go and find some glasses, but probably won't succeed. But hey, I succeeded finding some cool sunglasses for a change. Formidable success. I see a pair of water blue shades. The writing on the left temple says, Sub-insulinic reservoirs. The frame appears to be hand-carved out of bone. A very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture. For the first time, the street vendor's voice trails off as she watches you inspect the glasses. High culture. Try them on. This is how a sea monster sees the world. You become a sea monster, hairy, giant, hidden, and strangely tender at heart. All is blue. Yes, but they also make your soul quiver like cello, so deep. Wow, officer, you look so cool. The street vendor has picked up his pace again as you observe the world through deep-sea tinted lenses. And they can be yours for mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up because they've got no taste, but you found them. Kim, what about these? The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed in a throughout examination. It's a case to him. You look like a musician, he declares, eyes still squinted behind his own glasses. Like a blind musician, but you could do worse. Take them if you want. Yeah, I'll take this cool, deep blue glasses, definitely. Does lower my perception though, but Inland Empire, I guess. Alright, sure. A man who knows his style, a street vendor, much respect. Oh well, I just had to then, right? But this is good too, these glasses are pretty good. Inland Empire is already very good for us, so don't know if I should actually use them, but it's just too cool to not get them, you know? I wanted to get the boxes underneath, right? Yeah. They're way too expensive though. Is there anything here
You keep
interesting?
coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes. Keep saving that.
Nah. Thanks, ma'am, but not right now more. Thank you very much though. Okay, let's go and talk some more. Do you have any opinions more? Can I ask from you about
Still
the
here,
lady?
stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
I heard that one of the drivers is a woman, but I don't think she's here. Do you know this lady driver? He shifts around, suddenly uncomfortable, then looks away. I don't want to talk about that. I don't mean to pry, but I need your help. She may be involved with the truck business. Man, I was hoping it isn't gonna be her. He bites his lip. All I can say is she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil truck trafficker, and I don't know where she is. Uh-huh. Who is this person? What's her name? Thank God, I don't know. People here call her the lady driver. She kept her name a secret from me too. Now I see why. Who is she to you? A friend? An acquaintance? I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. There's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay? What does she look like? A youngish woman, gruff, but in a cool way. What color hair? Blue and violet dyed, he answers reluctantly. It was violet when she got here, blue before she went. Then she may have dyed it again. That's very plausible. I asked you who is conducting the truck trade. You said you didn't know. Now you're saying you do? I didn't, man. I told you I was hoping it's not her. That she wouldn't be mixed up in it. He still is. Hoping. Just wishful thinking on his part, not trickery. When did she leave? I don't wanna... He looks you straight in the eyes. Please, just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person, I know that much. We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation. As it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. He shakes his head. My girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience. It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only. I don't believe you. You said she's troubled. How? She's got the darkness in her. The young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out. She shared this with you. Yes, which is why I don't want to snitch on her. I was told everyone's afraid of her. You're not? I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talk. And she told me too, that she's had a violent life, but I was afraid of her. But I wasn't afraid of her, more like for her. Did this violent life include drug trafficking? Well, he sighs. It looks like it did now, but we didn't talk about that. We talk about life, you know. She talked about her mind. Hold on, her mind? Well, it worked. The trouble it was giving her. When she left, did she leave her lorry behind? Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her or were afraid of her. I'd be more than happy to rat her out. The grey-haired woman, maybe she knows something. Boost Tommy and it will break his heart and his spirit. Don't expect you to be Paul's. Aww. Yeah, I'm not gonna be definitely doing this force. Well, I won't be... I'm definitely... If I need the information from him, I will try to come and ask from him about this. I would never do this. But I understand. She's his friend, so... More or less a friend. Fine, I will drop the matter for now. Find another way. Thank you, friend. Besides, it's a sigh of relief. Oh, this makes me feel like I should pick up smoking again. Would help with my rhymes too. To be continued with Kid Arusha next time in Disco Elysium. See you all then.